Welcome to episode 5. Here we have a rather giant spider. Oh, look at those fangs.
Well, as I was saying, Jim. Oh, sorry. As I was saying, Jim. I think, like in Africa, they let me get my example here. So we have right here we have some peppermint, if you will, and we're getting a close up, and we're going to trim the dead material, or well, it was a former life, if you will. Like this plant is like it has 9 lives, if you will. So we're going to cut this older life and give it another resting place, and then the new life, which is right here, will be promoted, and it's like this is their child, if you will. So we have, and this is a good classic example right here. Excuse the weed, please. We just pull the weed and then it's gone. But right here we have one, a new peppermint, clip, and then you can see right here there's even a little bit coming out. So it wants to live. Okay, out.
So out here we have loads and loads of dead plants. They looked like they've been dead for months when I started working here, and I'd just been piling them up. And so I'm putting them into larger containers, and you can see here they're being put in these containers, set out in the sun. What's going on, Mark?
So here, adjacent to our friend the epazote, which is a herb used in Mexican cooking, or Hispanic cooking, is the Mexican flame vine, which Dave has so nicely put into gallon pots, and some of them look like good candidates to be to go outside.
You're putting these outside?
We're going to plant one of them, yes, sir. And that looks like a good one. We wanted something that's going to climb on the fence in order to further tie the fence together. So we're going to have our first ceremonial planting. We want to have a criteria for planting of this, and as you can see, there are a number of plants here, and we're going to try to get the best selected plant. And in doing so, we want to have a nice root ball. So, that looks pretty good. But however, see, the plant the dirt is separating, so that one may not be the best one. So we're going to come to plant number 2, take away the weeds, and still the dirt is separating. So, how about this one? The dirt's not separating as much. And maybe we can get one with a... So maybe a future lesson would be to put 2 of these into one container. This one has some roots coming out of the bottom. That's always a good sign.
Is this our candidate?
Yeah, I think we're going to go with this one just to see what happens. And we're going to try this one, and then the one here, just to see how these two as a side-by-side comparison. So we have the short and stocky and the long and lanky. Which one will win, or will it be a tie? So, you know, this is where patience comes in, because who knows who is going to win this race, if there's a race at all. Who will stand proud and tall?
The war continues with the fire ants. I found another base, little military operation over here. Here's our newly constructed fence. And we're going to beautify it a little bit with these vines.
So anyway, we have three basic American tools. This is a shovel, and you use this end of the shovel. Put your hands here.
Can you stand on it like the farmer in that painting?
So this is a shovel, and you use this end of the shovel to dig with, just in case there's a lot of Americans out there who don't know which end to use. And I've come across a couple of those in my life. This is a grub hoe.
That's your hoe?
What?
That's your hoe?
This is my hoe. Hoe, hoe, hoe. Christmas is coming. So this is the one that's used to unearth dirt. This is used to cut stumps or small brush. And then this, now don't take offense, this is called the sharpshooter. And it's the good kind of sharpshooter. See, it's a nice sharp blade here. And so we're going to use all three of them.
All right, here we go.
So here we have I guess maybe a substrate, I'm not sure what the term is, but it is, it's limestone, which is an alkaline soil.
And so plants that like to root into this?
That's a good question. We're going to find that out because some plants like acidic soil and others like alkaline. And on this one I'm not sure of the particulars. I'm going to orient this, whoops, made a little mistake. I want to orient this, so orientate this so it's going to climb. So you can see this one already can start the ascent upward. The question is, how will it do compared to our other short and stocky friend? By the way, my friend who works construction, I don't really know the guy very well, but he's the one who gave me these posts. Anyway, he said the thing we could do would be to take these posts, which are about 6 feet. He said bury them about here, put concrete around it. He said that's how you can do your wall. He said you trench, and then put it up there, and then he said even like we could take these 2x6s, connect them, and he said you would have a very sufficient wall.
I've trimmed back a lot of this peppermint. Over here, some of it, you can't even see anything, it's just roots. But the roots are still alive. This is our stock of peppermint, folks. Peppermint is a popular herb. It's used for flavoring and for eating. See, here's what it's like before I do the trimming. Got a few more to go.
Okay, this is a two-step process. This is step 1, step 2. Actually, it's a 3-step process, my bad.
What do you think, plants? Okay, I finished trimming the peppermint and putting it in these type of containers. You see how the bottom has a sort of a seal, still allows it to drain. But you can see here that the peppermint has all been trimmed, pulled the weeds. I've thrown out some dead stuff. We do have dead plants that we're throwing out, just for the record. And when you see now, it's gonna not only be more easily watered, but it's now trimmed. That's going to promote root growth. That's going to discourage bacteria and things from living on the dead stuff. And we got a whole new stock, boys and girls.
Yeah, I want to tell you something about transplanting the 4-inch into the gallons. The customers like to have a little area like that below, and you can see there's a line here. So,
okay.
So they can pick it up like this, and I guess they don't get dirt on their hands.
I see.
Some of their clients are white glove people.
Yeah.
They like plants, but they don't like the dirt. They like the beauty of plants, but they don't like the dirt.
Now, Mark, why did you decide to put samples in these larger pots in addition to having them in these smaller 4-inch pots?
And then just guiding into my intuition. Putting them in the larger pots will help us get cutting stock. And also, it will give our clientele a choice. Sometimes they want to buy bigger pots than smaller pots. So that's another reason. Maybe we're going to have a hanging basket of bougainvilleas.
Oh, lovely. We're inside of greenhouse number 2. There's number 1. It's got the cover on it. This one needs a cover.
Three deer in the background.
Let's say it again.
There's 3 deer here. They're blending into the background. There's 4 of them actually. You see them?
No. Oh, yes, yes. Right by the pond?
Yeah. And one of them is down there drinking. It's kind of neat. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's funny, the one to the far right just blends in.
Hello, so I'm going to let you in on a project I've been working on. There's been tons of dead plants that I've thrown out of here, maybe 1,000 in total. And what I've done, used to be dead, I've cleared out this area. Used to be dead plants all over here. It's now cleared out. Okay, so all the dirt from that is now in these tubs. Chopped it up and actually put some water in it. Over here, these are the same deal, except these are the known containers with ants. We're at a war with ants, so these ones all have ants in them. And these ones are clear. I don't know if adding water was the right strategy or what. Still new to this whole game. Now a very special treat. Boom, look at that. Some avocado skins, little pits, and banana peels, of course grape stems, which are very good for your health. And so maybe the same is true for the plants. I'm gonna mix it in, and I hope we're gonna make some great dirt. Okay, got everything chopped up. Time to feed it to nature. Okay. Let's see how this does. Looks Looks like we got a fuzzy wuzzy caterpillar. Where's he going? Where you going, buddy? Got a bunch of dust on his little fur. Well, my friend, if you can make it to the greenhouse, I think you're going to be in good shape. Alright, well, I soaked him again. And now we're just going to let the sun and the elements do their work, see what happens. Thanks for watching. See you next time.